Kyran Fitzgerald, why tech has huge hidden costs in the workplace. Any jobs offer should open the door to a host of opportunities, but often, what awaits people is a mountain of obligations, a host of deadlines and a huge amount of stress. In many cases, people are simply not getting the time to get the most out of their jobs. What we are witnessing, in some organizations, is the emergence of a cult of never-ending transformation. Talk to people in many occupations from media to the professions to industry and you get a sense that they are working under the cosh. In the health service, for instance, levels of dissatisfaction appear to be particularly high and much of that is down to high levels of administration. New technologies promised an end to paperwork in many occupations. The opposite is occurring. Change is the managerial mantra which often leads to confusion and exhaustion. The IT industry has been driving huge change and to many outsiders, its workers are in a privileged position, with quite a few earning salaries north of year 100,000. Recently, the website Silicon Republic reported the findings of a survey of 11,500 people by US group, Team Blind. It found that 60% of the tech workers interviewed felt burned out, with women, in particular, suffering. These high burnout levels are contributing to high levels of absenteeism, and to higher employee turnover, including the loss of talent from an industry that is suffering an acute shortage of labor. But there could be another drawback from this go for the burn culture. What if the loss of energy and talent is also leading to a loss of imagination and customer awareness when it comes to the design of the technology products we all rely on in this digital age? Is the tech workforce being stripped of many of its most imaginative and creative people, resulting in product lines and systems that are more clunky and less user-friendly? And what if your workforce comes to be dominated by young male techies who are happy to work all hours of the day to generate lots of cash for themselves? The surgeon and medical writer, Atul Gawande, recently outlined the impact of a revolutionary new IT system on his working life and that of his colleagues. His conclusions are provocative and, in some respects, alarming, though he also concludes on a note of very cautious optimism. Mr. Gawande is one of 70,000 employed by a large healthcare group. He talks about the chaos and cost of the transformation. First, the cost, at $1.6 billion, 1.5 billion euros. It emerged that most of the expenses accounted for in lost patient revenues and in paying all the support people required during the implementation period. Mr. Gawande is led to conclude that, 3 years on, a system that promised to increase my mastery over my work has increased its mastery over me. As a surgeon, Mr. Gawande spends less time at the computer. But his physician. For more on this story, visit the news article link.